What's the worst thing you've ever found out about your best friend? My best friend stole my entire life while I was in a coma, and I didn't find out until it was too late. Me and Sam grew up 3 houses apart. We played Little League together, had sleepovers every weekend, and even picked the same college so we wouldn't have to split up. He was like my brother. Sophomore year, some drunk idiot ran a red light and slammed into my car. I don't remember much after that, just waking up in the hospital 2 weeks later with tubes everywhere, and my head feeling like it was full of cotton. Sam was sitting right there when I opened my eyes. He had a bag of those sour gummy worms I love, and this huge smile. "Dude, you scared the hell out of everyone," he said. My mom was crying happy tears, telling me how Sam had been there every single day. He'd brought her coffee, helped with paperwork, even paid my phone bill when my bank card got frozen because of suspicious activity. I felt so lucky to have a friend like that. The next month was rough. I could barely walk without getting dizzy. My brain felt foggy all the time. Sam basically became my personal assistant. He'd drive me to doctor appointments, help me shower, and organize all my mail that had piled up. When I couldn't figure out my online banking password, he offered to handle everything for me. "Just give me your login stuff and I'll pay your bills," he said. "You need to focus on getting better." I handed over everything. Bank passwords, email, even copies of my driver's license and social security card. He said he needed them for insurance forms. It all made sense at the time. 6 months later, I was finally feeling normal again. That's when the weird stuff started. First, a credit card showed up in my mail. A fancy one with a $1,000 limit. I called the company confused because I never applied for it. They read me back the application details, my name, my address, but an email I'd never seen before. Then came the loan payment notices. Apparently, I owed $3,000 on some personal loan. When I called them, they had my information, but Sam's phone number as the contact. The thing that really freaked me out was when I got a job rejection email from this marketing company downtown. I'd never applied there, never even heard of them, but according to their records, someone with my name had interviewed there last month. Then I got a letter saying my business license was suspended. What business license? I didn't own a business. I called the city office and they told me about BM Consulting, registered under my name 6 months ago. BM, Ben, and Sam, our initials. My stomach dropped. I logged into my bank account for the first time in months. $12,000 was gone, transferred out in chunks over the past few months to accounts I'd never heard of. I printed out everything and drove straight to Sam's apartment. My hands were shaking when I knocked. He opened the door, eating a sandwich, totally casual. "Hey man, what's up?" I showed him the papers, the credit cards, the loans, the business license, the bank statements. "What the hell is this?" Sam looked at everything for like 10 seconds, then started laughing. Actually laughing. "Dude, relax. You owe me anyway." "I owe you? For what?" "For everything I did when you were messed up. The bills I paid, all the time I spent taking care of you. Gas money, food, missing work to sit in that hospital. You think that was free?" I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "So you stole my identity?" "I borrowed it. There's a difference." He took another bite of his sandwich like we were talking about the weather. "Besides, you gave me all your information. Legally, I had permission." "I was brain damaged. I could barely remember my own name." "Not my problem. You should have thought about that before you let me help you." I wanted to punch him right there, but I was still weak from the accident. Instead, I told him I was calling the cops. "Go ahead," he said. "You gave me permission to handle your accounts. Good luck proving I did anything wrong." I filed a police report that same day, but Sam was right about one thing. It was complicated. Since I'd technically given him access to my accounts, some banks didn't want to call it fraud. I had to get medical records proving I wasn't mentally capable of making financial decisions at the time. The legal stuff dragged on for months. Sam hired some cheap lawyer who kept claiming everything was authorized. Meanwhile, my credit was destroyed, my savings were gone, and I had collection agencies calling me about debts I never signed up for. The worst part was that Sam had applied for jobs using my name and then never showed up. So now I had this reputation around town as unreliable. Potential employers would Google my name and find all this weird business stuff I'd never done.